BarbacoaCore.
What is up, everybody? Thank you for checking out a new episode of the BarbacoaCore Podcast. I am Patrick Watson. I appreciate you taking the time to check out these episodes. Do appreciate that. Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully everything's going good for you. You're staying safe. You're staying healthy. All that good stuff. I picked up a bad habit, going back to old school bad habits, to where I've been picking my nose a lot. Because when you see those people do those corona tests, they're doing the swab in the nose. So apparently that's where the Rona goes, how it gets into your system. I guess, why else would they be sticking up Q-tips in the nose area? And so I just figured, I'd be picking out the Rona out of my noses and stuff, It's just it's a precautionary measures, Same thing as wearing the mask or doing social distancing, quarantine properly, doing all that good stuff. I just added picking my nose to get the Rona out, to stop it at the entranceway, the pathway, It's pretty disgusting, but what are we gonna do? I know for a fact that I stopped actually picking my nose for high schoolish, maybe, and then I just noticed that it's increased every time I see. They show on TV or in the news or something, or on the social medias, how people do the corona test, and they're pretty much just sticking Q-tips in the nose. And I was like, oh, is that where the corona is? And just trying to get it out of there before it infiltrates my system and gets me sick. I'm just trying to stay healthy. Look, I'm just doing whatever I can to fight off the virus that we're all dealing with, and I think it's working. I'm also the kind of guy. I believe in placebo, the whole placebo effect. I feel if I'm doing something that's gonna make me feel better, or that's gonna help me keep me healthy, keep me from not getting sick, then I'm gonna buy into that. I am gonna to convince myself that is the fact of it all, and so picking your nose might save your life. It might save a life. I don't know if that's true, but that's just something I'm adding to that as well. And of course I always do. I'll wash my hands, or I'll do like the alcohol. What is it? The lotions or whatever, the Purell, and get it all up in there too. So you could kill any coronavirus. It burns. I wouldn't advise you do that, or you make sure you dry your hands very well. I don't know, just it burns, but it kills bacteria. It kills viruses. So it may be a good thing. If you could handle it, I would advise you do that. If you could handle the sting, or if you like the strong smell of the alcohol, I would advise it. Could it hurt? I don't know if it would hurt to do like a Purell spray. You know how they have the nasal drip spray? Like, what if you just do that with Purell? Is that bad? Is that going to be a bad thing? We don't know that yet. Nobody knows. So we try it out. I suggest you try it out. Again, I'm not a doctor, so these suggestions, they're all just for funsies, But I do know that there's been a couple of times where I've gone into my nose directly after applying Purell to my hands and doing all that stuff. I was like, oh, too soon. It's too soon to do that, But my nose is clean. I smell Purell all the time. That's all I smell. So I feel healthy. I feel that's doing what it needs to do. To keep, and again, I do the mask and I do the social distancing and I quarantine as fuck. I'm stay at home as fuck. So I am doing well for the most part. I do leave the house every now and then, but for the most part, I'm doing the best I can. And on top of that, I'm becoming very heavy in my nose picking uh, actions, addictions, whatever. Just try to stay safe, It's a precaution type thing. Been watching hella documentaries because the whole thing, like, when all this popped off, everybody's like, oh, now I have time to do this, now I have time to do that, I'm gonna read more, I'm gonna write more, I'm gonna do all this stuff, and I'm not, but I still want to like learn things. And garbage TV, it is what it is. It's garbage. It's mindless stuff. You don't take anything from it. So Amazon Prime has so many documentaries from all different types of things, from music, comedy, mystery, science, real life celebrities, all these different documentaries. So I've been digging in those, man. Mostly music. I watched the L7 documentary, the Fat Records documentary, the Dave Navarro doc. I did not know. I knew of Dave Navarro from, of course, like Jane's Addiction, and then he did like an album with Red Hot Chili Peppers, which wasn't that good. They had maybe a couple of good tracks, but they had that one really annoying song in there, that Aeroplane, fucking garbage. Anyway, Dave Navarro, and then he had that tattoo show, Ink Masters, I believe. So knowing of Dave Navarro, I didn't know about his mom. His mom was murdered by her ex-boyfriend or estranged boyfriend or whatever the difference may be. When he was 15, his mom got murdered, and then the guy was just on the loose for a long time. Finally got caught and went to trial. Got sentenced to jail and all that stuff. So they had the documentary about that, which was pretty cool. It was kind of gnarly. They had a lot of stuff that they could have left out. Some type of garbage time stuff, or just like little things that could have like shortened it out. Because I think it was like 2 hours. I think the whole thing was like 2 hours, which is a very long time to pay attention to something. And but I learned a lot about that. Watched the Jake the Snake Roberts documentary, which was pretty gnarly as well. Seen everything Kurt Cobain related. Just finished that Soaked in Bleach one, which is very convincing that Courtney Love definitely had something to do with the death of Kurt Cobain. It's very crazy, but like they play like little snippets here of an interview, she hired a private investigator and he recorded all the conversations, and there's things in there that are kind of pretty sketchy, that are really sketchy, and that makes you think, I think she had something to do with it. I really think she had something to do with it. When I was younger, I was a big Nirvana fan. I loved Nirvana; it was great. I loved all the Seattle music scene, but of course, Nirvana was up there with them. And so when he died, like '94, they announced the suicide like in '94. I was like hella bummed out. '94, '97, 90 something. Split the difference. 96, 95, whatever. I could be looking it up, but whatever. It is what it is. But yeah, hella bummed out. And it was always like mysterious to me because, you hear about suicides all the time, but this was the first person that I knew, well, didn't know, but that I was a fan of that committed suicide, I think. Well, especially with music. The first person in music to commit suicide. I mean, I like the Benoit guy. That was kind of shocking too, but yeah, I was a big fan of Nirvana, and especially like MTV. I remember seeing the MTV announcements. Singer from grunge rock band Nirvana found dead in his garage of an apparent suicide. And then like the cops, they just closed the case on that. They didn't do any investigation on it, which was like so weird. Like I guess they just wanted the open shut case, whatever it is. So they didn't question anything of like whether or not it was a suicide. The gun, the way the rifle was handled, didn't make sense about where the shotgun shell landed. Like something about the trajectory of the bullet would have gone to the left instead of on the right, if he held the gun the way that it was. It was a lot of stuff that was kind of like suspicious and sketchy. But they just closed it. They're like, this was a suicide. He committed suicide. This is a suicide case. Closed. Done. We're out of here. They even took a bunch of pictures of the crime scene and never got those pictures developed until like a decade or so later, or something like that. I don't know if that's true. See, the thing about these documentaries is like I'm learning things, but I'm not learning like 100% of the stuff, which I guess is not good. But I'm learning some stuff. I'm learning some things. I know more coming out of it than I knew going into it. And isn't that the whole point of learning? Isn't that what we're supposed to do? I mean, obviously, if there was a book, I could actually go back to it and actually fact check or reference check and all that stuff. But with documentaries, with video movies, documentaries, you kind of just hope that you remember it correctly, and then you just repeat it to your friends or whatever a couple of times, and then whatever you say becomes true, and that's how it works. What are facts? What's the truth? What does it even matter? Does the truth matter? No, it's all about what I'm telling you what the truth is. And so Courtney Love killed Kurt Cobain in '97, and she framed it as a suicide, and she got away with it, and now she's out. She's out. She's free. Never got brought to justice. And what we need to do, we need to bring Courtney Love down. She's had enough. We've had enough of her, and we need to put her away. Yeah. But documentaries, man, really digging it. I need to learn more. I need to be more focused. I don't know how to do that. How does one stay focused now? Without drugs, without prescription drugs. I'm talking about. I was always afraid of prescription drugs. Didn't want to get the doctors to diagnose me with like ADHD or any type of learning disorder and stuff. I'm not saying that I don't have it. I'm not saying that I shouldn't have been on medication. I think it would have made my high school career easier. I did have some struggles with school and with education because it was hard for me to just stay focused. I was always scatterbrained all the time, and it was really hard. And maybe if I would have got it looked into, they would have came back and said like, oh, he does have a learning disability, and then I would be reading. If we had fixed it back then when I was young, I probably would be like a genius. I could have been a genius, guys, if I wasn't afraid to get addicted to pills. Man, life could have been different if I wasn't afraid of pills. That's what I'm saying. Take your pills, guys. Take your pills. If I could go back in time, I would probably, I don't know, take more drugs. Prescribe drugs. Ask the doctors to give me some drugs to make me a better student. And, I wonder if I probably would have finished college, Went for one semester just because my mom said that I had to. And then I dropped out as soon as I could. And then I started working. But because, just school, learning's hard. Reading's hard. I can read. I'm not gonna sit here and say that I don't know how to read. But the thing is, I don't take in the information. Like I know words. I could read words. The thing is, I just don't take the information. I don't save the information. I don't gather information, and I don't keep the information when I have to read it, you know? First off, I don't like when you read, it's in your own voice, which is like boring, you know? Like so yeah, but I wonder if there was like a pill that makes it like interesting, you know? Like when people say they love to read, I'm just like, shut the fuck up. Shut up. You know? I don't buy it. It's pretentious shit. I can't stand when people say, oh, the movie's good, but the book's better. I'm like, okay, yes. You're not the first person to say that. We get it. You like to read books. What? I wish I like to read books too. I really do want to read books. I just can't. You just can't, you know? It is what it is. And I blame my fear of taking pills, which may have adjusted, you know, the trend and trajectory of my learning disability, or dealing with my learning disability, if in fact I did have one. I think I did, but that's my diagnosis. I'm not a doctor. But had I seen a doctor about what I felt was a learning disability, maybe they would have fixed it. And then maybe I wouldn't be relying on fucking documentaries to try to learn something. And maybe I would have got all the information that I do learn, or that I do receive when watching these documentaries. And maybe I would actually have some accurate information to actually say when I'm talking about these things that I'm learning about. And that's what watching a documentary is learning to me. That is educational to me. So I feel smarter. I know more things now. Well, okay, I wouldn't say more things, but I know things now that I didn't know before. And that's what I'm doing right now with the documentaries. So is it true? Is all the information that I think that I'm understanding correct? Possibly. Does it matter? Not at all. Doesn't matter at all. Because it's all about delivery. If I delivered the information that I thought I learned, that I think I know, if I deliver it at a certain way, it sounds true. And isn't that the only thing that matters? Does this sound true? Yes, I think it does. I really think it does. You know, like I found out at an early age that I was dumb. This is when I first should have thought, like, hey, maybe we should look into this. Maybe we should kind of look into this. And I found out early, which, you know, is a lucky thing. You know, so it took me. I mean, I got to deal with it pretty early on. It was like the first grade, I believe. First grade, or when's the first grade that you could actually start writing sentences? Do you understand? That grade is the grade that I'm talking about right now. Because what happened is I got in trouble for talking in class. So I was young, first grade, kindergarten, I don't know, and got in trouble for talking in class, right? And so my teacher, as punishment, my teacher assigned me to write lines. She said, your punishment is to go home and write lines, front and back, straight, neat. And when you're done writing lines, you give your mom or your dad, well, my mom, obviously, you show it to them, present it to them. They have to sign it, and you return it to me tomorrow, first thing in the morning. You return this to me, the signed letter or the signed paper with your straight lines. Return to me in the morning. And obviously, because I got in trouble for talking in class, on the top it said, I will not talk in class. Okay? And so she gave that to me. She said, write lines, straight lines, neat, front and back, full page, front and back. Have your mom sign it. Bring it to me tomorrow. Cool. Is that what you want? Cool. And I wasn't trying to be a smartass about it either. I legit thought she wanted lines. I mean, she wanted me to draw a line, left to right, up and down, front and back. So I was like, I'm gonna get this right. It's gonna be like the best, neat, perfect lines she's ever seen. So of course I get a ruler, and I draw out straight lines. Now of course I do see on the very top where she wrote, "I will not talk in class." She wrote that, and what she wanted me to do was to continue that line by line by line by line, front and back. "I will not talk in class." I did not understand that. It's not that I was trying to be a smart ass. I didn't understand what she meant by lines, and I legit drew straight lines with the ruler because it had to be nice, it had to be straight, it had to be perfect. Lines back and forth, left to right, front and back. Finished the lines, and then I had to get my mom to sign it. She needed to be aware that I got in trouble, and this was my punishment for getting in trouble. And I took it to my mom. I remember this like it was yesterday, and it wasn't. It was a very, very long time ago. And I remember her. She was in the living room. She was watching TV. She was like kind of like lay sitting on the couch or whatever, watching TV. And I just like kind of scared. 'Cause my mom's a yeller, and I give it to her, and I say nothing. I just give it to her, and she like looks at it. She looks at front and back, and she jumps up off the couch. "What the hell is this? What the hell is this? Go to your room!" And I run to my room. And I'm scared. Close the door. And as soon as I close the door, I can hear her bust out laughing, because she knew that I was stupid. She's like, "What the fuck am I looking at? What the hell am I looking at?" He was supposed to write sentences, but he wrote lines. Oh, because she asked me, like, what is it? I had to write lines. The teacher said I had to write lines. "Go to your room." And she bust out laughing. And I was like, "Why is she laughing? I don't understand why she's laughing." Is she happy that she's upset with me? Is she happy that she's going to beat my ass? She didn't beat me, but laughing. And I didn't understand why. I could not understand why, And of course, she enjoyed this joke very much. Enjoyed it so much that instead of just signing it and giving it back to me so I could turn it into my teacher, she drove me to school. She got off, and she personally delivered this paper to my teacher. And then I see her hand the page to my teacher, and now they're both laughing at me. And I still, like, at this moment, I still didn't realize what was so funny. I thought these lines, I was so proud of these lines. They were perfect. You couldn't tell me that they weren't perfect lines. You asked for straight lines. You asked for perfect lines. You couldn't tell me that they weren't straight lines. They were everything that you asked for, except what you asked for. Okay? And they loved it. And then when they finally explained it to me, I was like, "Oh shit, I am stupid. What are we going to do about this? What are we going to do about this? I can't be stupid. I can't be this stupid the rest of my life." But it turns out you can be. It turns out you very much can be, and I was, and very slow when it comes to stuff like that. I'm literal. I thought she wanted literal lines. That's what made sense to me. And I was like, I got this, and I even planned it out. I was like, do I have a ruler? Check. All right, we're good to go. I got these lines. I'm gonna kick these lines ass. And I really thought I did, and then it turns out I absolutely did not. And in fact, I missed the whole point of the assignment, and I had to not only prove to my mom that I was an idiot. She had the joy of delivering this to my teacher to say, "Hey, ease up on this guy." Look, my son is this is proof that help him out. and they had a good old laugh about it. I wasn't in that much trouble because of that, So I think that's well. Not only did I find out that I was dumb, I found out that hey, laughter will get me out of trouble. So let me work on that instead of saying, hey, I need help, guys. I really need help. I don't understand things like normal people understand things. This is what you're gonna get from me. I need help. No, just make them laugh. If you can make them laugh, they won't be mad at you. And I think that's the lesson that kept with me, that stayed with me from a very young age. That and the fact that, hey, it's okay to be dumb as long as you can make them laugh. And that's pretty much all I'm trying to do here. That's pretty much what I want to do here. It's a funny thing to look on, but back on, and I was so stupid. Like seriously stupid too. Like it's not like I was like trying to be a smartass. Because imagine like if I was even trying to be a smartass, that would have been a very smartass thing to do. Lines, you said you want straight lines. Here we go. But I really, sincerely, really believed that she wanted me to do lines, to draw out straight lines, and that's stupid. And that's me, and that will forever be who I am till this day. That's cool. All right, guys. I guess that's it for this week. That was a fun one. I like to look back at stuff like that. So yeah, stay healthy, pick your nose, stay safe, and I'll see y'all or talk to y'all next week. Later.